they've also made it abundantly clear there's going to be changes to streaming. Now, this is another one of those ones where you go, fucking hell, China's pretty based, isn't it? Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. But no, I believe in freedom. Freedom and liberty. Right? But, oh, mate, I forgot. It's TechCrunch coming back to haunt my fucking dreams again. Right? Fuck you, TechCrunch. We'll do another one then. Okay, here we go. Games industry biz. So now they're banning live streaming for anyone under 16. Which, yeah, I'm all right with this. I am all right with this. I'm gonna act outraged, right? I'm gonna act outraged, okay, for the purposes of the YouTube video. So wait a minute. So basically, right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna act outraged, right? So when I edit this together for later, for YouTube maybe, or Griff does it, or XDev will do it or something, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a bit now where I'm like, but realistically, kids have just got to get off the internet, like, just between us. Kids have got to get off the fucking internet. I want Twitter to be 18 plus. It would instantly make it a better website. So, and it's not even about their welfare. I might also pretend that I care about that in a moment. But what it's really about is just kids are fucking annoying. They're really annoying, and they're really dumb because they're kids and they don't know anything, and they think they do, and I shouldn't have to see that or read that. So I'm gonna in a minute, in less than a minute, when the thing comes back up, I'm gonna do a bit, okay, but just between us. Definitely get them kids off the internet, 100%. China-based as fuck. This is a really good idea, and Western society should fully fucking copy this for just loads of reasons. So, just saying, 100%. Right, anyway, okay, good. I can't believe that any society would think that depriving young people, young adults, of one of the primary mechanisms of social interaction is a good idea. Just to clarify again, this is the start of the bit. Okay, so just seriously, get them off the internet. Fuck them. They're morons. They've got nothing to say. They all use the same phrases over and over again. I think "you fell off" is the latest one. I'm not too sure. They don't understand what a ratio is. They misuse the term. Just fuck them. They're just idiots. Just get them away. Just get them away. Anyway. Obviously, you have to think about what modern society looks like and how it functions. And kids these days are different to boomers like me when we were growing up. If you'd have said to me I would essentially have like my own little TV show and I could talk to hundreds of people at once, that'd be like a mad fever dream. But this is what kids do. And so you can't just deprive, especially, think about it, for a country that is just so hyper laser focused on being competitive. Now, Chinese children are going to grow up in a completely different social environment. They're going to be socialized differently. They're going to have a different set of social skills. And they're essentially being deprived something that almost anyone else of their age in the world is going to be allowed to do. And that's not going to help them. It's not going to help achieve Chinese excellence outside of it. I understand why they're doing it, with the view domestically. I know what the CCP's goal is. But it just seems nonsense. And also, it just comes back to this thing. If you look up aspects of Chinese society, when people are considered adult, the way they prosecute crimes and stuff, for example, in China, I hate when any government prohibits stuff on an age basis and is then inconsistent within their own prohibitions. America, classic example, join the military at 18, come home in a box at 19, Never got that first beer. Not a legal one anyway. 21, being the age for drinking, ridiculous. Age of consent varies state to state, so sometimes into terrifyingly low numbers, and yet we can't prosecute you as an adult, but you might be living as an adult. Oh, and actually in this state, we do prosecute children as adults. It's all over the fucking place. You have to be consistent. You just have to be consistent in how you apply your prohibitions and your stipulations. And, you know, my rule of thumb, I've always thought, for good or ill, generally, the UK understands. The UK understands. I like 18 essentially being the cut-off point. 16 at a push. Anything below that age, you're a fucking child. And you're not capable of making your own decisions. And that's that. Right? So, and yet you're allowed on Twitter. Wait, no, that's the other bit. So, this is just, again, this false notion that if you're exposed to internet culture as a child, it's going to have some sort of corrupting influence on you. You know, it's really sad. There's a generation of teenagers that are going to grow up in China now that are going to have none of the fundamental types of enjoyment we all had as children. And I know it sounds really minor because you're like, so what if they only play 1 hour of video games on a Friday? So what if they have to use facial recognition technology to access their accounts? So what if they're not allowed to stream? So what if they're not allowed to buy their favourite albums from their favourite artists except in like prohibited batches? That's really going to make childhood suck. It's really going to make your best years of your life, it's going to make them dog shit. You know? And to be clear, I'm totally fine about that. Especially if you're one of the kids that are arguing with me, misusing the word ratio on my timeline, right? Fuck you. Get off Twitter. Get off my streaming platforms. If you can't have a credit card, you can't donate. So just fuck off, right? China's based. And you just have to feel for them. You just have to feel for kids that are just not going to have like any sort of normal experience, that when they do grow up and get to travel the world, they're just not going to be, you know, they're not even going to have a frame of reference for the things kids in other countries are doing.
I let you off once before, but you've still got the nerve to come back here and make trouble again. Eh?
And say, children, what does it all mean?